Meet you again. This is our last class and our last lesson in Unit 9, Unit 7, sorry, which is talking the ice roads of Canada. So today we are going to speak about this topic. If you see the picture, will help you to guess what we are going to speak about today. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to read an online encyclopedia entry and extract details. Can you tell me now what can you see in this picture? Do you know this one? Exactly, it's a truck. Well done. Can you now tell me what do you think they are used for? We use trucks for what? Yes, for driving on a road made out of ice or in a very cold country. So you can use this truck in a cold country or in a road which is made of ice. Okay. I need you now to open your activity book, page 42, exercise number 1. Here, girls, you have some new words today. We need to match the word with the correct definition, meaning 1. Truck, 2. Surface, 3. Ice, 4. Sled, 5. Hazard, 6. Flat, 7. Global warming. What about the definitions? A small vehicle that has a flat bottom used to slide on snow or ice. B. The outside or top layer of something. C. A large and heavy vehicle used to carry goods and materials. D. An area all on the same level without heights or drops. E. Frozen water that can spread over large area. F. Gradual increase in the overall temperature of the planet. G. A danger or risk. I think now you are ready to guess and try to match the word with the definition. Let me help you by showing you pictures of these words. That's why, yes, it's a truck. So look at this one now and try to match truck with its definition. What does it mean, truck? Surface, yes. Where is the surface of this table, the surface of this computer, the screen? Surface. If you see here the green part in the picture, the top. 3. It's easy, yes, ice. So what do you think ice means? Sled. We use this one for what? Hazard. Wow. Oh my God. What does it mean, hazard? Flat. Only one level. The last one, global warming. What happened to the weather? Does it become cold or hot, change the weather or not? Because of the global warming. think now it becomes easy to match the word with. So now let's guess together, girls. What did you do for this activity? Truck. Yes, exactly. A large and heavy vehicle used to carry goods and materials. C. What about surface? Well done. B. The outside or top layer of something. Number 3, ice. Exactly. E. Frozen water that can spread over large areas. Sled. Number 4. A small vehicle that has a flat bottom used to slide on snow or ice. Hazard. Number 5. Well done, girls. A danger or risk. Flat. It's an area all on the same level without heights or drops. The last one, global warming. Perfect, girls. It's a gradual increase in overall temperature of the planet. Nice job. Okay, everyone. So the other activity in your activity book, page 42. The same words which are in activity 1, they are here the same in activity 2. But we need to know which one is a verb, which one is a noun or adjective. We are going to write V for verb, N for noun, and A for adjectives. So here, girls, let's have a look to number 1, truck. We said that truck is a large, heavy vehicle. We use it to carry goods and materials. So, what do you think? What part of speech is it? Verb or noun or adjective? Yes, it's a noun. So write in, please, in your book. What about surface? Top layer of something outside. Yes, exactly. It is also a noun. Ice, frozen water. Also, it is a noun. Hazard, danger, risk. Yes, exactly, girls. It's also a noun. Sled, small vehicle that has a flat bottom and we use it to slide on snow or ice. Well done. It's a noun. Flat, flat. Area on the same level without heights, without drops. It's an adjective. I described this area. So this one is an adjective. Global warming, gradual increase in the overall temperature of the planet. So this is also a noun. So all of them are nouns except flat is an adjective. Let's go to slide 3. Here you have again the same pictures to help you to complete the sentences from the words in the list. Trucks, number 1, if you see the picture 1. Ice, number 2. Surface, number 3. Global warming, picture 4. Hazard, picture 5. Sled, picture 6. So here I have 6 words with 6 pictures. But there is one word is extra. You have one extra word, more. So here we have 5 sentences and 6 words. One is extra. We are going to read the sentences and complete it with the suitable word from the list. Number 1. Large shouldn't be allowed to drive near residential areas. Residential areas, it means that area that it has a lot of people live there with people. So something shouldn't be allowed to drive it. Yes, trucks. 2. Driving on ice can be a real. If you drive your truck, your car on ice, this is real. Hazard, yes, danger, risk. Number 3 is making summers in the UAE very hot. What do you think? Weather becomes hot because of the global warming. 4. In winter isn't common in the UAE. You can't find it here in the UAE in winter. Ice, of course. The last one, of the lake freezes in winter. The surface of the lake freezes in winter, becomes ice and snow. Well done, girls. So now let's move to the other. Now we are going to watch a video about ice roads in Canada. I need you to look at the video and write down anything you can understand from this video. Write notes.
So I'm entering the ice road. I have to take off my safety belts. This is probably the only road in Canada where you're not allowed to wear your safety belts. It's a lot safer in case something happens on the road to not be wearing your seat belt. So yeah, this is the beginning of the ice road, just coming off the Ingram Trail, and as you can see, it's quite wide. We'll be getting to a bit of land here, and then at some point I'll be entering the big lake. So this is Tibet Lake. As you can see there, the speed limit for trucks is 25 kilometers an hour. I'm driving a pickup truck, so I can go a bit faster, but I'm gonna stay in this lane and go really slowly for now. So this is it. This is the ice road. This is the half-kilometer marker. This is to help the trucks to keep half a kilometer distance. This is what they do. They have to travel in convoys of at least 2 up to 4, and they have to keep a distance of 500 meters from each other for safety reasons. So, and to prevent the ice from breaking up underneath them. You see my seat belt wants to be on, but I'll have to deal with this for the next couple of hours while I'm on the ice road. My speed right now is 40 kilometers an hour. Imagine the truck drivers cannot go faster than 25 kilometers an hour. See, the ice cracks, and apparently it's a good thing because it allows the ice to heal. So this is a problem lake area. It's an area where I guess ice is not very good, and so that's why all traffic has to reduce speed. And as you can see further in here, the speed limit on this lake is 15 kilometers an hour for trucks.
Okay, everyone. Now I need you to guess and tell me what did you get from this video? What does it talk about? Okay. Now let's learn more about ice roads in Canada. I need you now to open your course book, page 49, exercise number 1. Here you can find 4 paragraphs about Canada, A, B, C, D. Above the paragraphs, you have here headings. We need to match the heading with each paragraph. It means that paragraph A, if you read paragraph A, what does paragraph A talking about? Which heading? Use, environmental problems, a driver's salary, general information, dangers and risks. Okay, so let's do one by one. Here, girls, you have the headings again. Use, the use of the road. Environmental problems. What are the problems in this environment? Driver's salary, money, how much does it take? General information about Canada's road. Dangers and risks. So let's have a look to paragraph A, please. Canada's ice road. So I will read, you are going to listen and tell me what's the suitable heading for this paragraph. Canada's ice roads are a combination of man-made and natural structures. Some of the first ice roads in history were built in the 1930s in northern Canada. The ice roads were used for sleds. Ice roads in Canada are mainly found in the northern areas. Ice roads reduce the cost of materials needed to build completely man-made roads. They are mainly built across frozen lakes and are flat, without any trees, rocks, or obstacles. So here you have a paragraph about this one, Canada's ice road. What do you think this paragraph is talking about from the headings up? Yes, general information about Canada's ice road. So here in this paragraph, you can find only Canada's ice road in the northern Canada, and they were built in 1930. And you can use their sleds. And this one, ice roads reduce the cost of materials needed. It means that becomes smaller and smaller. These roads are made by man-made, and also the nature. You can find frozen and cross-frozen lakes, no trees, no rocks or obstacles. It means that something stop anyone from driving. Paragraph will do the same. Read paragraph B and find the heading for this paragraph. What does it talk about? The roads are mostly used by large trucks, although lighter vehicles such as pickup trucks, small cars, and snowmobiles can be seen. They are used anywhere from a few weeks to several months a year, depending on the weather. Ice roads link remote villages and diamond mines. These roads helped make the diamond business bloom and put Canada in the lead as a producer of diamonds. Diamonds. This is a very rich if you are working or have business in diamond. This is makes you very rich. So Canada now was producer of diamonds, and here we can use the roads. We can use trucks, lighter vehicles like pickup, small car, snowmobile. So this paragraph is talking about what? Use. Yes, we use these roads for what? For small pickup trucks, small cars, snowmobiles, and also we can use it for the villages and diamond mines. This is very important for them. C. While easier to drive across the winter land, in the winter than land, roads over water present a great danger to anyone using them. Speed are typically limited to 25 kilometer per hour. To stop a truck's weight from causing waves under the surface. You know, the surface is ice, snow. This is very weak sometimes. So it can make cracks and destroy. So this is very dangerous. These waves can damage the road and create a hazard. Another hazard on large lakes is breaks in the ice due to changes in temperature. So we have now two reasons to damage the ice. Number one, heavy trucks, and they have to move for a limited speed. Number two, change the weather. This is also can damage. Because of the danger level of driving on roads, experienced truck drivers make between $20,000 to $80,000 in 2 months. This is the salary of the drivers there, experienced one, not new drivers. Truck drivers must attend training programs, especially for driving on ice roads, even if the driver is already licensed. This training can take from a week to 2 months. So, after reading this one, we guess that this paragraph is talking about dangers and risks. You can find word hazard, danger, damage. Last paragraph. For the past decades, okay, it means that centuries, long time ago, ice roads have been opening late due to the late winter starts. Global warming is the main cause of the delays of being late to open this road. For example, the winter of 2005 to 2006 was the warmest since record keeping began in 1850. In recent years, new years, modern years, some of the ice roads were only in use for around 35 to 40 days. So this paragraph is talking about environmental problems. Nice, guys. So you are going to have a look again to the 4 paragraphs A, B, C, D. And this time we are going to do exercise number 2, true or false about ice roads in Canada. Number 1, ice roads can only be found in the northern parts of Canada. What do you think, girls? Okay, so the answer here is false. Number 2, ice roads are more expensive to make than regular roads. More expensive, more money. No, it is not more expensive. 3, ice roads are not restricted to truck drivers. Yes. Also, we can pickup drivers, small car drivers, snowmobile drivers. 4, ice roads have had a positive impact on diamond production in Canada. Diamond. Yes, of course. 5, waves under the ice can be dangerous. Exactly, yes. 6, truck drivers on ice roads are well paid because of the danger. Well paid, it means that take much salary, much money. Yes. The last one, 7, global warming has resulted in the ice roads being open for longer. No. So the answer is false. Let's move on. I need you to look at your book, please, for this purple box. We have today something which is called third conditional to talk about impossible conditions. Impossible because they are in the past and we can't change what has happened. Something happened in the past and you can't change it. So you feel sorry about that. You feel regret. So we use third conditional of if. Here you have if plus subject plus had or hadn't, then past participle after had or hadn't. This is the first sentence. The second sentence, you have subject wouldn't or would have plus past participle. This is the form of the third conditional if.
If I had taken my medicine,
It will help you
I would not have felt sick.
to learn more
If I had
about
studied
third
for the test,
conditional if.
I would have gotten
So
a good
let's
grade.
start.
If I had tried a different lesson, then you would have learned something else, and not the third conditional, which is what we're going to talk about coming right up. Welcome to today's lesson, which is all about the third conditional. We're going to talk about the third conditional, and we are also going to practice the third conditional. And I'm going to tell you how to use it and when to use it and, well, why we use it, which is where I want to begin. So, why do we even use the third conditional? Well, we use it to talk about the past, and it is an unreal situation because it did not happen. We cannot change the past, so this is not possible, and we're basically just thinking about some event or situation and we're imagining how things would have been different. Now remember, when we're talking about conditionals, these are if statements, and they're made up of two parts, which is a condition and a result. The condition, which is our if clause, is going to have a subject and a verb. And in this case, with the third conditional, the condition is talking about the event that we're thinking about in the past. So for example, I could say, if I had bought a car. Now, look at the grammar here. In this clause, in our if statement, we are going to use the past perfect. If I had bought a car. As I said before, this is an unreal situation because, well, do I have a car? No. I'm just thinking about this situation if I had a car. Now, what would be the result if I had a car? I could say, I would have taken a road trip. Now pay attention to the grammar in this clause as well. It also has a subject and a verb, But the grammar that we're going to use is would plus have plus the past participle. Now my subject is I, and the verb is take, but the past participle of take is taken. So I would say, I would have taken a road trip. That is what I'm imagining would have happened. So when we're using the third conditional, we're going to follow this structure. If I had bought a car, I would have taken a road trip. Did I buy a car? No. Did I take a road trip? No. This is what I would have done if I had bought a car. But I didn't buy a car, so I didn't take a road trip. It didn't happen. Let's look at a few more examples. And for these, I will give you the condition first and then the result. And please, 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 please pay close attention to the grammar that we're using. If we hadn't fed the squirrels, they would have been very hungry. So again, this is an unreal situation because, well, we did feed the squirrels and they don't look hungry. If he had typed his essay yesterday, he would not have worked on it today. Again, this is a situation that did not happen because he did not type his essay yesterday. If we had seen a shark, we would have gotten the hell out of there. But we didn't see a shark, it didn't happen, and we're just imagining, well, what would have happened? Now, keep in mind the punctuation. If the condition comes before the result, then we need a comma to separate the two clauses. But if we switch these and the result comes before the condition, then there is no comma needed. We would have gotten the hell out of there if we had seen a shark. Let's see some more examples on how the third conditional is used in different situations.
If you had been there, you would have laughed just as hard as I did. If you had been there, you would have laughed just as hard as I did.
If my father had seen the things that I've seen, he'd also tell you to burn the dead before nightfall. If my father had seen the things that I've seen, he'd also tell you to burn the dead before nightfall.
Charles had fathered that boy, he would have told us. Charles had fathered that boy, he would have told us.
Wouldn't have had to do it at all if you hadn't told him to do it. Wouldn't have had to do it at all if you hadn't told him to do it.
You had gone to school there, you'd be obsessed with it too. You had gone to school there, you'd be obsessed with it too.
Now, are you ready for the big moment? Because it is time to practice using the third conditional. So what I want you to do is practice using the third conditional in the comments, and I want you to give us an example from your life. So think about your life. Think about an event in the past that did not happen. Now think, if it had happened, what would have been the result? So I want you to write us a sentence using the third conditional. And you can use this right here to help you out as a bit of a starting point. And I would also encourage all of you to read each other's comments, because that gives you an idea as to how we can use the third conditional and, you know, help us learn a little bit about each other. So if you enjoyed this lesson, please hit that like button and feel free to share this lesson with your friends, classmates, anyone you know who's trying to improve their English grammar skills, especially with the third conditional. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to write to us in the comments, and we will see you next time. Because practice makes perfect. So I'm going to tell you, so let's look, thanks so much for watching. Does that make sense? I don't think it does.
Hi, and welcome to the third
I think this is
conditional.
enough.
Let's get started. There are 3 things to remember about the third conditional. 1. Third conditional sentences describe the past. 2. They describe something that didn't happen. 3. They often express a feeling of regret. So let's see some examples. If I'd studied harder, at school, I would have gone to university. I didn't study very hard at school and I didn't go to university. We wouldn't have got lost if you hadn't given me the wrong directions. She wasn't given the correct directions and she didn't find her way. She might have finished the exam if she'd had more time. She didn't finish the exam and she didn't have more time. So what's the form? It's if plus the past perfect and would plus have plus the past participle. The clauses can change order and mean the same. So here we start with the if clause. If I'd gone to the party, I would have seen my best friend. And here we start with the resulting clause. I would have seen my best friend if I'd gone to the party. Notice no comma. Other modals can be used instead of would, such as can, could, may, or might. If we hadn't worked so hard, we could have missed the deadline. So now it's quiz time. And let's see how much you remember. The third conditional is used to describe events in the future, the present, or the past. The past. The third conditional is used to talk about events that happened or didn't happen. Didn't happen, that's right. The third conditional is often used to express which emotion? Regret, that's right. And how do we make the third conditional? If plus the past perfect and would plus have plus the past participle. So congratulations! You now know how to use the third conditional. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Oxford English Now.
This video, you can realize that we use third conditional with if. This table will help you. If she had run faster, if plus subject she plus had. After had, past participle. The past participle of run, run. So if she had run faster, comma. Here you have comma. Why? Because you start with if. What will happen? She would have, after would have, past participle of when, won the race. Okay? So if you start the sentence with if, after if, had, after had, past participle, then comma. Then write the other sentence. What would happen? She would have, after have, past participle also. If we start with a sentence, the opposite, she would have won the race if she had run faster. Here, no comma. If you use had for positive, you can use hadn't for negative. You can use would for positive, wouldn't for negative. So here the role or the form of if clause third conditional about something in the past and you can't change it, impossible to change it, and you feel sorry, you feel regret about that. If plus had or hadn't plus past participle. The other sentence would have plus past participle or wouldn't have plus past participle. So let's practice about the one. Here in your book, course book, page 50, exercise 3. Look at what the ice road truck drivers say about their jobs and answer the questions. If I had known how difficult the job was, comma, I would have asked for a higher salary. If I had here it means that had, if I had known, past participle known, how difficult the job was, comma, the other sentence, would have plus past participle asked. The other example, if they had told me about the dangers of the job, comma, I wouldn't have accepted past participle it. Do you think they are happy with their jobs? Of course not. They are not happy. Can the truck drivers go back in time? Of course not. Can the truck drivers change what happened in the past? No, of course, they can't. So this is impossible. Something happened in the past, impossible to change. That's why we use third conditional of if. Now, here you have some examples in your activity book, please. These examples will help you. Number 1, if people take, you have if, more care of the planet, the weather not change. Something happened in the past and people regret, feel sorry. So take, it will be here had. If people had, the past participle of taken, taken. More, take care of the planet, the weather, what will happen? Wouldn't have it changed. 2, if the man drive more carefully, he wouldn't have had the accident. So if the man had driven more carefully, he wouldn't have, because here you have not, so wouldn't have. What's the past participle of have? Had. 3, if the weather had been in the past participle of be, colder last year, the ice roads would have, the past participle of open, opened. If they had offered a higher salary, they would have taken the job. 5, if all the truck drivers had agreed not to drive that day, the company would have given everyone the day off. The last one, if it hadn't rained, because you have not here, last week, the streets wouldn't have been covered with ice. So you can write the answers in your activity book, please, page 43. Now it's time for your homework. Third conditional. I need you to read the sentences here and complete from your ideas. Number 1 is already done. If I had worked harder, I might have made more money. Or you can say, I would have. So I need you to use would or wouldn't. So I need you please to read would, wouldn't. Read these sentences and complete them about third conditional F. Thanks very much, girls. Waiting for your homework. Bye.